Welcome to What Off Season. You already know what time it is. Welcome back to the What Off Season podcast, everybody. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in today. It is a fantastic day, ladies and gentlemen. It is our first YouTube video episode, everybody. I super appreciate you guys going from the small website startup we had. Now we were on our podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify. Now we're on YouTube for the weekly videos. Of course, content for the show is always hanging out on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Be sure to check out the banner on the Facebook and the Twitter, guys. It did get updated. All of our social media handles have changed, so to make sure you can stay in the loop of the podcast, find all of our media, just go ahead and head right over there. Everything is updated for you. By the way, if you like the studio that I'm in right now, this episode is brought to you by Launch and Go Workspace in Peachtree City, Georgia. If you need a business meeting, if you need to record a podcast, go ahead and visit www.launchandgoworkspace.com. That's going to be in Peachtree City, Georgia. Got a gentleman in the studio with me today, Mr. Jacob Frey, a very close sports aficionado of mine. Jacob, introduce yourself to the people, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for having me here. It's very much so an honor, a blessing. I love to talk about sports, love to be around people with good intensity,
I hope
good
you love
energy.
to talk about sports, bro.
Man,
That's why we're here.
This is the best part of the whole podcast, man. Let's get started with
Dude,
it. You know what it is.
You bring the energy, you bring the charisma, dude. I'm so happy to have you on the show. But this episode is packed, ladies and gentlemen. NFL free agency going nuts, popping around everywhere. I cannot believe everything that's happening. Love, hate, winners, losers. We go over everything NFL free agency. NBA and Major League Baseball, of course, are on hold for the moment. What can they do to get the league back on track? LeBron has been dominating, absolutely going nuts this season for the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen. And you got to think, are the Lakers the team to beat this year? And, of course, you got Giannis and the Bucks. They're surging to the top of the league as well. And we also take a look back at the best opening day moments for baseball. Let's do it. All this and next coming on the What Off Season podcast.
Yes, sir.
Jacob, I believe you wanted to go ahead and tackle free agency, bro. I'll let you take it from the top.
Well, tackling free agency, we can all agree that the number one biggest move of the entire NFL offseason has been, and probably will continue to be, Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, this has been one of the craziest off seasons in general, just because who's considered the greatest player of all time was a free agent for the first time in 20 years of his career.
Yeah, dude, it was super wild. And we're here to tell you soon, guys, why this is the number one winner of NFL free agency. And like Jacob and me, just agreed, this really could be arguably the biggest move in NFL free agency history. On to number two for our winners. The Saints finally got their number two target in the books. Emmanuel Sanders has been signed to New Orleans. This takes the number two spot because, of course, Michael Thomas is a number one receiver. You cannot compete with how Michael Thomas plays the game. Thank you, Jacob. I know you love my boy over there.
Not at all.
And, they added Jared Cook last year. And now you're going to have Michael Thomas on one side. You're going to have Emmanuel Sanders, who almost won the 49ers the Super Bowl, obviously if Garoppolo makes that throw. And I mean, dude, it's going to be great. I think the Saints are really going to be a threat next year. They've been a threat every year, but they've been on the verge for so long. And when Emmanuel Sanders was a free agent, I really wondered why we didn't sign him then, but they went and got him now. So here we go. And then, Jacob, I know you're a Falcons fan, brother, a little bit. Go ahead and tell me what happened with the Falcons.
Yeah, I'll beat around the bush with them. The Falcons went ahead and scooped up a former first-round running back in Todd Gurley.
Yes, sir.
Some people may like or hate this move. I'm a fan of it personally. I feel like you made a good upgrade from Devontae Freeman.
And Devontae was struggling with health, too. Now, Gurley's a little bit on the edge with health also. I hated to see, him riding the bike a lot in the Super Bowl, and he kind of had a limited NFC championship against New Orleans. But
hurt my fantasy team too.
Right, I feel that.
I
feel that. But I do think it was a good upgrade for Atlanta to get Todd Gurley also before don't want to leave these two out. So Atlanta also, of course, got Hayden Hurst from the Ravens, which is a big target. Matt Ryan loves his big guys down the middle of the field, of course. And then they got Laquan Treadwell also, which was a really good pickup from the Vikings. Unfortunately, the Vikings let him slip away with another receiver. We're actually going to get to that soon, which is next, our losers of NFL free agency. But before we move on, we only went for 3 winners, but we do have some honorable mentions here. So Greg Olsen and Philip Dorsett signed with the Seattle Seahawks. Great pickup. Russell Wilson's just got 2 more targets now. And if they can get that line right, man, Seattle's going to be great next year.
I agree.
And then you got DeAndre Hopkins to the Cardinals. That's huge. Kyler Murray, absolute monster last year. I was actually watching some of his highlights.
You know what?
Last night,
he was
bro.
low-key of a sleeper. Some people did not even want to mention this kid, and he had a great rookie year.
He throws the prettiest football in the league.
He really does.
100%.
He's not that bad.
No,
he's
fantastic.
I love this kid. He's got himself a nice vet with Larry Fitz.
Exactly,
got
Larry
himself
Fitz.
Another monster with D-Hop.
Yeah, dude.
In my opinion, the number one. It's no debate.
I think D-Hop will be the number 1 receiver because even now, you've got Christian Kirk with the Cardinals. I don't think Larry Fitzgerald was the number 1 receiver either way because he's not very fast anymore. Still a great target, but now he's going to have Larry Fitzgerald to throw to, Christian Kirk. Now he's got DeAndre Hopkins, so that is rather a huge pickup.
2 of those 3 boys just do not drop the ball when it hits their hands.
They don't, bro. It's ridiculous. I want to say when the Saints and the Texans played for the first game last season, when the Saints won at the last minute, I want to say DeAndre Hopkins had 3 or 4 drops that night, and he had 2 or 3 all of the season prior.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
that's if you look at Larry Fitzgerald's numbers, bro, I think Larry Fitzgerald has literally dropped 29 passes
Let me
out
give
of
you a fun
thousands
fact.
thrown at him, bro.
Larry Fitzgerald has more tackles than drops in his career.
Get out of here.
That is a real number.
Jacob, you coming back on the show, bro? You probably hit me with 5 fun facts today, bro.
Nah, man, I've got fun facts coming all over the place, man. We're just tackling subject by subject.
They're going to be popping in the episode, baby. I love it.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it.
Larry Fitzgerald has more tackles than drops in his career. That is an actual number right there.
And
that's
like Mohamed Sanu has more touchdown passes than Taysom Hill.
Has the higher QB rating than most starting QBs.
Dude, you're not lying. Another honorable mention, though, before we get on here to the losers, Calais Campbell went to the Ravens. Ravens have always been a good defense, so that's a really good pickup for them. Jacob is a Jags fan, of course.
Very much hurt. And not to mention a 5th-round pick from my man.
Right.
Come on now.
You got to respect him, bro. He just won Walter Payton Man of the Year, dude. You got to give him his props.
Honorable man in the NFL on and off the field. Great man that's going to be on your line for the Ravens fans. But, man, y'all really stole that man from me. That's crazy. 5th-round pick. You know what? Can't even be mad at it. The Ravens are really looking crazy.
Honestly.
They're looking crazy. They already, in my opinion, I'm going to throw this out there, they already have arguably one of the best secondaries, if not top 3. I'm going to go ahead and just say it. They got Earl Thomas. They have Jimmy Smith, Marlon Humphrey, and Marcus Peters.
Yeah, dude. Marcus Peters was a big pickup, too, for the Ravens.
Coming from the Rams, that was a very big one. I wasn't ready for that, but they did it. They went ahead and signed him, too, locked him in. So
heck yeah, dude.
That Ravens defense is really intimidating, and
Yeah, Bills got a big pickup too, also with Stephon Diggs and Josh Norman.
Huge one.
Josh Allen's going to have another receiver to throw to. Now he's got Cole Beasley.
Finally.
And he's got Stephon Diggs. And then Josh Norman, that Bills defense is, I want to say it was top 4, top 3 last year.
Oh, yeah.
So they just got more solidified on that side of the ball.
Another top-tier secondary, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly. And this was a huge shocker to me. So the San Francisco 49ers traded away DeForest Buckner for the 13th. 1-3. The 13th.
Top 15.
1-3.
Top 15, man. That's so crazy.
The number 13 overall pick just went to a Super Bowl team.
To a Super Bowl contending team.
Smart, dude. I'm not mad at anybody. It's just why should that be allowed? The Chiefs have the number 32 pick.
Imagine the Chiefs get a top 10 pick.
Of course.
I'd be hurt.
Realistically, who else do they need? Fun fact also, I saw today, the Chiefs have $177. 177, no B's, no M's. Dollars worth of cap space.
What?
After paying after going through their contracts, you got to think, bro. They got Kelsey, Tyreek. They have Patrick Mahomes.
I think they just re-signed DeMarcus Robinson.
They did just re-sign him. He's a running back, isn't he?
No, he was one of the. He was one of the receivers. He was one of those
You're
slot
right.
guys.
You're right. I think number 11 because Tyreek's 10. Sammy Watkins is 14. Robinson is 11.
I
And
think
then they got
Sammy might be a free agent. I don't know
dude.
yet. I
and
gotta
then
look into that.
They have Miko Hardman.
Yeah.
That man's speed is like a 97 in Madness.
Oh,
A
yeah.
rookie.
You're looking at two men with Hardman and Tyreek.
That's two of the fastest people in the league. And then
Oh,
you got
yeah.
Sammy Watkins who could really moss you.
Yeah, that's a D-Hop like.
Yeah.
You know, he was better than D-Hop in college.
Dude,
Come on, I need
definitely.
that Clemson Sammy Watkins to come back out. And, oh, my goodness, the Chiefs are still looking like a powerhouse.
They always will be, bro. But heading on into the top 3 losers of NFL free agency. So number 1, absolutely just blew me away when this happened. The Saints losing Teddy Bridgewater was the second biggest shock this offseason to me, behind Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers. The Saints losing him, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater stepped up in absence of Drew Brees, saved the Saints season and said, hey, I know it's only 5 games. I know I might have played a little dink and dunk, but he got the job done. So I think them letting go
Hey, man,
of
going 5-0, and when you only got 5 games to prove it, that's a job done right there.
Yeah,
That's a
dude.
well-done job.
And I just think them letting go of him in general, it was just, it's a tough loss for the team because finding a quarterback is already hard enough as it is, man.
You got Breeze for 2 more years, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
2 years, $50 million.
Okay.
So, which
I mean, even
was,
still,
I was like, wow.
Teddy would have been a nice little step back,
He would've,
just to make sure
and-
that, if Breeze was to get hurt.
And here's the other thing too, Jacob. So the Saints placed the first round tender on Taysom Hill. All somebody has to do is give a first round pick to New Orleans, and there goes Taysom Hill.
Oh.
So the Saints really shocked me this season, but we'll get more into that a little bit later. But they did shock me letting go. Of
You guys
Teddy
are really
getting
comfortable with Drew Brees right
I'm
now.
saying, bro. I'm not. Look, hey, I'm not saying Breeze is Brad.
No,
Breeze
not
is
at
Brad.
all.
Breeze is my boy. He made the Saints what they are today, and I'll always give
100%.
him that.
Even when he was on the Chargers, he was a beast.
I mean, dude, I'm saying.
So-
Number 2 loser for NFL free agency 2020 is the Bears signed. See, I can't even, dude. The Bears signed Nick Foles and Jimmy Graham
Man.
instead of Cam Newton. Which,
Oh,
hey, look,
man.
that's fine. You don't even have to go get Cam Newton. That's fine. At least go try to get Teddy Bridgewater. Go get somebody.
You could've
Go get, people were
traded
talking about
Mitchell
Deshaun
Trubisky.
Watson getting traded. I mean, the
man.
Bears are still shooting themselves in the foot because they literally know they could have drafted Patrick Mahomes
Yep.
and they could have drafted Deshaun Watson, and they chose not to.
They could have probably drafted
They passed
Lamar.
on. They probably.
28 teams passed on Lamar.
Well,
so.
yeah, LeBron, LOL. Lamar was
Wrong sport, buddy.
Right, yeah, we're gonna get there. Lamar was bottom of the first round, and then number 3 for the losers of the NFL free agency, the Vikings extending Kirk Cousins, letting Treadwell go to the Falcons, letting Stephon Diggs slip.
So
I think the
crazy.
Vikings might have been one of the biggest losers of free agency, and just
So
really.
crazy.
So Kirk Cousins isn't bad, but not investing in another quarterback. Because Kirk Cousins, you don't know what kind of Kirk Cousins you're going to get, and I'm sure you can agree with me on that as well. Like, he had a great game against New Orleans when he put them out of the playoffs, but do you know if you're going to get that same Kirk Cousins?
Never.
And they need some more line help, bro. I mean, when the Vikings played the Packers late in the season last year, I think Cousins got sacked like 5 or 6 times between Za'Darius and Preston Smith, dude.
And against the Packers?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my goodness.
If you go look up those highlights, Kirk Cousins was getting off his back quite a few times in that game, bro.
All right, so he's getting a little bit more tough, but that doesn't mean too much.
Right, you don't want to
to
get knocked around, bro. I mean, like Deshaun Watson's injury report. Like, if you look at that, bro, he's got like 12 injuries, and that man's still playing.
Did you already throw in that Xavier Rhodes left of Vikings as well?
I did not. Take off that.
Xavier
take off on
Rhodes,
that for me,
man,
bro.
for 1 year,
Mhm.
he will be going to the Colts.
Wow, that's actually not bad because they
I
have
like that move.
they have Malik Hooker, and they also have
Darius Leonard.
boy Darius Leonard, bro. He
Hard
is.
hitter. That's
he-
a one-man army in the linebacker position right
I
there.
think I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I think Darius Leonard personally will be like the next possible like Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly?
Like
I
he'll
like it. I like
he'll
it,
be
yeah.
that surging linebacker, like him and Demario Davis for the Saints, because Demario was a free agent signing, bro. Like honestly, those are 2 linebackers that they don't get a whole lot of attention, but they're gonna be good, bro. But before we round out the segment of the NFL free agency, everybody, we wanted to take a look at who's left on offense and defense, the best player really that we feel like can impact a team that they go to. I'm going to take the offensive side to start off. So I got Cam Newton, 100% is the best free agent left right now in the market. Prime Cam was a monster, the legs, the arm, everybody's seen the highlights.
Oh, yeah.
And, Cam struggled a lot with, of course, injuries and everything. And a little bit of decision making and judgment on and off the field, but nonetheless, he's been a good player all around. But I think Cam Newton, I thought he was the solution for the Bears. I still thought he was good for the Panthers. I really thought he could have went to. I mean, I thought he could have went to a lot of places, but
I think he can still go to the Chargers.
yeah, and I forgot about that.
I love that move.
I've 100% got Cam Newton as the best offensive player left in free
The
agency.
most game-changing offensive player for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cam should be going to the Chargers, in my opinion.
Right. Who you got for defense, bro?
Defense, 110%. We can all agree that it's Jadeveon Clowney.
Every day and twice on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yes,
what
sir.
are you talking about? I would pick this man 3
You
times
already
over.
know.
Yes, sir. But, man, with Jadeveon, we got a monster, former first round as well.
I loved him in college, too, bro.
Dude, what?
I
Remember
loved
that?
Jadeveon in
Remember the
college.
hit?
Oh, of course, yeah.
The hit?
Yeah, that knocked the dude's helmet off?
Man.
Yeah, didn't he get SEC Defensive Player of the Year for that or something?
He got that. He was also, I think he was a first overall. Cam is also a first overall.
Was Clowney a first overall pick?
I think he was a first overall pick. I forgot.
I don't think he was first overall. I think he might have been. I don't even know if he was first round.
No, he was a former first rounder for sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take you up on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take you up on it, bro.
Jadeveon was definitely a former first rounder. But if it's not Jadeveon, I'm not even quite sure because, man, defense makes championships. We can agree with
100%.
that. So
100%.
are you really going to put a championship caliber tender on Clowney's name right now?
Right.
Not quite sure. He's got the talent to, but, man, he's injury prone.
Right.
But
yeah.
I feel like any team that picks him up can really strive.
100%. 100%.
They're definitely going to appreciate him.
Right. Coming up next on the What Offseason Sports podcast, everybody, we're going to be diving into Tom Brady leaving New England, Tom Brady signing with the Buccaneers, everything that he did with that contract. Are the Bucs already primed for the Super Bowl? All that coming up next on the What Offseason Sports podcast. If you're just tuning in, though, I'm Adam Lewis, your host, and Mr. Jacob Frey is here with me in the studio today. You can check us out on the YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify.
Man, we are
Don't miss out
everywhere.
on the show.
Got to.
All
Don't
right.
be a loser.
Right. So diving into this next topic, Tom Brady leaves New England, signs with the Buccaneers.
So crazy.
Are the Buccaneers already primed for the Super Bowl? So I'm going to start here. Brady, the way Brady took this, I think he did very well.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, he said the departure was emotional. Quote, got to be able to adapt, got to be able to evolve. Very good quotes from the GOAT, of course. And then you got to look at the roster that Brady just went from. He went from a banged-up Julian Edelman, an average Mohamed Sanu, which was better with Atlanta. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
and a young star in N'Keal Harry. And I never understood why N'Keal Harry never got his spotlight. Like, he got put in a few times, but N'Keal Harry never got his snaps.
IR. That's all I got to say to that.
Right. And then you got Brady. So Brady's gone now. Flip over to the Bucs roster. You've got Mike Evans,
So crazy.
Chris Godwin,
Crazy.
O.J. Howard, Brashad Perriman, who they just picked up, and the tight end and Cameron Brate, however you say that.
Man.
And then so you flip to the defensive side of the ball. You got Jason Pierre-Paul. You've got Ndamukong Suh, who re-signed, which is big considering he left
Yep.
the Rams last year also.
Yep.
And then you've got Peyton Barber, of course, who was just a good all-around general running back, a decent running back. And then they just added Tom Brady. So now you got to look. Brady being 42 or not, he's still got the arm. He's still a huge guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are deep threats, 100%. They can burn you. They are fast. And so I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I love to check for Pro Football Focus when it comes to the nitty-gritty on stats, like when I sent you that screenshot the other night.
In the deets.
Mm-hmm. And Tampa Bay had the 7th overall offensive line last year, and their guards and centers ranked 2nd overall in pass blocking last season.
Yep.
And I'm going to just ask you a simple question, Jacob, and really everybody watching, and we all know this answer. What does Tom Brady love to do the best?
Come on now.
Throw the football.
He's slanging it.
How do you throw the football the best? You get a clean pocket. I know top 7's not the best line, but I'm going to tell you this, a top 7 line can definitely get you deep in the playoffs, and it can send you to the Super Bowl.
It really could.
100%.
Now, here's the only thing I see getting in the way of Brady is that NFC South is a really big upgrade in this entire offseason.
It is, and we're getting to that.
We'll touch base
segment.
on that.
Right.
And I'm going to just throw 2 little facts out there for you before we move on from the Buccaneers and the Tom Brady switch, because it is a very big deal. The Buccaneers were ranked 3rd last year with Jameis Winston throwing 30 picks.
Right. 3rd overall offense?
Third overall offense.
He was the first quarterback to throw for 5K and 30 picks. I
And
think
30 TDs.
He was one of the first quarterbacks, ironically, I think, next to Drew Brees, who was in the NFC South, for leading the league in picks, but also leading the league in passing yards.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That just tells you that Jameis was just slanging it. Really didn't care.
And Jameis is a good quarterback, dude. Like I don't hate on Jameis at all. I thought Jameis Winston was fantastic.
I won't hate on him, but I will say that I see better talent. I'll just put it that way.
Of course, and I knew Jameis was going to be a drop off. When I watch a lot of college prospects, I can kind of see if people are going to be drop offs. Because you're going to play with the professionals and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But before we move on to the next segment, real quick, Jacob, I wanted to ask you before I actually throw this funny fact in at the end of this Tom Brady skit.
Okay.
How do you just feel in general about Tom, bro? What do you think? What do you see? Real quick for me. How you see the Bucs doing next year?
I see the Bucs being very successful.
10-game winning.
I got to look at their schedule first before I
Yeah.
throw any big numbers out there.
Yeah.
But I will say that Tom is still hungry, even at 42.
100%.
He's still hungry. He still wants to win.
100%.
And I think a little bit of I'm not saying that every big bit of this move had to do with this, but Tom is trying to hit some Super Bowl winnings in the home. Or what is it? The Super Bowl is going to be in Tampa.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is
He
going to be in
wants to
Tampa Bay
win
this
it
year. Of
as
course.
the home team.
Yeah.
No team has ever done that before.
Dude, I swear to God, if
So
Tom Brady goes to, I swear,
So that
it
was-
would be
that was
for
the other
Tom
fun fact,
Brady.
though.
It would be for Tom Brady
Yeah.
to be the only one. Like that would solidify him as GOAT status.
Yeah.
Like,
Goes to another team and does it.
think about it. That Super Bowl win would make him the most Super Bowl rings of all time,
Mm-hmm.
and it would also make him the only player to win the Super Bowl in their town.
In their town, yeah.
Boy, and as a quarter.
He already can't put the
Next
rings
segment.
on one hand.
No, I'm just kidding. Right, next, Tom Brady's going to be like,
Like, dude,
I'm done with it, dude.
yeah, I
I'm
can't
done.
even think about it. He's going to have toe rings from
Right,
Super Bowls.
and here's the thing. So it's kind of funny that we tie into that Brady to be the first to do, that and that. And then his agent, I don't know if you knew this, his agent actually filed for a TB, like a TB times TB trademark, like Tom
What?
Brady to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
a
way.
TB trademark.
So he's-
yes, sir.
Man, that's actually
He-
smart.
he
I like that
filed
marketing.
for it, but think about it. Could you imagine that on a T-shirt? That'd probably
Not
be
at all.
That'd probably be the hottest selling T-shirt in the NFL, bro.
I don't know, man.
People would surpass the Brady jersey and just go get the TB and TB.
I need me a Brady jersey.
I feel you. Okay, yes, see, I feel you.
I need me a Brady jersey.
I feel you.
TB is hard, but
That's
12
tough.
on red is also hard
Yeah.
too. Come
And-
on.
And when the Bucs redid those unis too, bro.
Wait a minute. What?
No, like a few years ago. You didn't see that?
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were saying they made another move on this offseason. I was about to go
Boy.
crazy.
New
They make
franchise QB, new team,
new everything.
new unis.
I'm just saying though, Tampa going to the Super Bowl.
It's not out of the question, dog.
No,
It's not out of the question.
No.
Tampa going to the Super Bowl is not out of the
being
question.
wild card contenders minimum, yes, 100%.
Right. Oh, but the Bucs are going to make the playoffs because
Yeah.
there's 7 teams now.
Yeah.
With the CBA being approved, now you got 14 teams in total.
So we're gonna I'm gonna definitely walk with the NFC South being the Saints and the Bucks for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, that's going to be sick.
Did I say AFC South?
No, you said NFC.
Okay, I was about
You're
to
good.
say.
spilling on over into the next segment here of our NFL part of the What Off Season Sports Podcast. The Cowboys are striking up talks with Dak Prescott once again about a contract. And this is pretty wild to me because, of course, the Cowboys just franchise tagged him at $31 million.
I'd be pretty pissed.
And which I think is a lot of money, personally, in my opinion, for a player of Dak Prescott's caliber.
Yep.
And then, so this poses 2 questions to me. The Cowboys are either realizing they paid too much money with the franchise tag for Dak Prescott, or 2, Dak Prescott is flexing his muscles because he's honestly pissed off that he didn't get what he wanted, and he waited behind plenty of people for his payday. And I feel like you can agree with me too.
I
on that, bro.
100% agree with that.
Right.
We can sit here and talk about it, but really we had a corner, a linebacker, and the running back.
Mhm.
All of them getting paid last year.
Right.
Oh wait, did Amari get paid too?
Yeah, Amari got paid Michael
Oh my
Thomas money,
goodness,
bro.
there's another one.
5 years, $100 million.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yes, if I'm Dak, I'm livid right now.
Right.
I feel disrespected, even if I haven't, aside of the first year, because the first year was insane.
Right.
He hasn't been playoff caliber on paper, hasn't really executed on par.
Mhm.
But man, if I'm Dak, I'm upset because I'm watching all these people get paid. I'm watching all these people walk with checks,
Yeah.
and I'm the quarterback.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I'm the one that's really leading the team. I got the ball in my hand all the time. You guys are depending on me to throw it to you, get it to you, whatever it may be, manage it to you.
He was asking for a lot, but
he was.
I wouldn't have paid him 40. I said
Yeah.
the most for me was 30, and ironically, when
And I
Dallas
think
tagged him
Jerry
at
Jones
31.
is right, actually, with his price.
Oh,
Jerry
yeah.
Jones's price is on the dot.
100%.
And Dak is asking for too much, but does he need to be paid? Yes.
Yeah, because here's the thing: who the hell are the Cowboys going to draft?
Dude, I
The
thought
Cowboys just
I
picked.
thought Brady was going to the Cowboys, honestly.
Oh, for like in a trade?
Yeah.
That would have been wild.
I thought before he went to the Bucks.
Right.
But
Some people said Deshaun Watson to the Patriots, like in a trade.
I heard about that too.
But
recently.
the Patriots have Jared Stidham.
That would be awesome.
That'd be sick.
Deshaun Watson to the Pat? Come
Yeah.
on now.
I mean, to get coached by Bill Belichick too.
That'd be an honor.
Yeah.
I would take it.
Right.
I'd walk with that for sure.
I'm saying.
Let me get Deshaun to the Chargers, actually.
Right. Heck yeah. It was your segment, brother. I'm gonna let you kick it off.
Man, I'm excited to talk about this one for just comparison reasons.
Right.
We can all agree that Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be a $200+ million quarterback.
Who would you give a max deal to right now?
Ooh.
Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes?
Ooh.
Jacob? Yeah, he's gonna make no less than 40.
Absolutely.
I think his contract will be record setting because his numbers are
Oh, yeah.
and his performances are.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But speaking of record-setting contracts, we can rewind a couple years back. The comparison I gave you with Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack.
Aaron Donald got a fat contract.
check.
He was like, I want to say he was the highest paid player in the league.
I think he was for a minute. Definitely
Yeah.
the highest-paid lineman ever.
Yeah.
But we can all rewind it and look back at it. Aaron Donald got paid, and he got paid.
Deservingly so, though.
But, man, when Khalil Mack was a no, he wasn't even a free agent, was he?
When he went from the Raiders to the Bears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even remember what happened on the top of my head at that moment, but regardless,
Right.
he got paid just barely more than Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
And there's no lose-lose in this, just like there's no lose-lose in Mahomes and Lamar.
Right.
But, man, I'm taking Aaron Donald personally, but Khalil Mack makes more numbers.
Right.
I'm going to take I don't even know who I want to take between Lamar and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a tough debate.
Right.
But the real part of the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because Patrick Mahomes is probably going to get paid first. And then Lamar will probably get $10,000 more than him, you know?
So? You think that's how it'll come down to
I
it?
really do. I think it'll come down that way. Mahomes will get paid first.
Uh-huh.
And then what's going to happen is I don't see Lamar as a greedy person.
Right.
It's just how the business works.
Right.
Lamar is probably going to get paid $10,000, $100,000 more than him, just barely.
Just to say that he got paid more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think Lamar, regardless, they're both going to have fantastic careers. They're both set where they are.
Yep.
But Mahomes will get paid first. He will break the books, and then Lamar will get paid $100,000 more than him.
All right.
That's how I look at it.
So you think you would pay Lamar the max deal, or you think Lamar would be
I
getting the
I would
bigger
pay
deal?
Patrick Mahomes the max deal.
Same.
But Lamar might get more money because Patrick Mahomes will get it first.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I do agree with you 100% on that, Jacob. I would give the money to Mahomes too, also though.
Absolutely.
Money, my homeboy.
Yeah,
Easily.
my homeboy, man. Come on,
right?
now.
I'm saying 100%.
5 bands on the first year, AFC
Right.
Championship.
Right.
Come back and do it all the way.
Right.
Come on.
You can't discount anything that he's done, dude.
No.
I mean, honestly,
No.
it's almost. I mean, like, of course you can sit here and talk about Patrick Mahomes. The thing for me, dude, is the arm.
What does he have? One injury too? The dislocated
Well,
kneecap?
yeah, the knee. But the thing for me, dude,
not even a big deal.
right. The thing for me is the arm.
Yeah.
The dude's got a hell of an arm.
Come on. Have
And
you
he,
seen
I mean,
Madden?
he could be moving. Yeah.
Throwing power 99. It might as
Yeah.
well be 102.
Honestly,
Like-
with the bazooka, the plus 15 on the
Yeah,
edge, bro.
man. Dude, he throws that thing out of a stadium.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
Literally.
And the accuracy, bro.
Yes,
the accuracy
that's the best part.
that he can throw like that on the move.
No looks, on the dot.
Ridiculous.
Dude, the only people that are throwing it like him are Josh Allen and Deshaun.
Honestly,
You know?
I got Deshaun Watson on the heels of Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely. Josh
heard it here
Allen.
first.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Dead serious, bro. The size, the speed. He's faster than Mahomes, and I guarantee you, I feel like Deshaun Watson probably only throws
He's an
about
athlete, man.
15 to 10 yards shorter than Patrick Mahomes.
Probably.
I mean, Deshaun's got a gun, bro. Huge arm. Real quick before we get out of the NFL segment, I want you to tell me right now, best division in the NFL right now. Go.
NFC South.
Why?
Are you kidding me? offseason moves, man. It's going crazy. Brady is in there right now.
I'm saying,
Matt
bro.
Ryan has nothing but first-round picks around him, and the Saints are still the big powerhouse they were going into the past 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Some people would disagree with me. Some people would agree
Right.
with me, but I think they're kind of getting BS in the offseason.
I feel you.
Postseason.
Yeah.
But no, the NFC South has been making some of the craziest changes. The only flaw in the NFC South I find right now is nobody has secondaries.
Right.
Marshawn Lattimore is the best corner in that entire division right now.
Right.
And try and defeat that one because Marshawn Lattimore is a beast.
Oh, he's a monster. He's arguably the best corner in the game.
On top of the Saints getting Janoris Jenkins and Malcolm Jenkins, man, that secondary right there is the Saints are a powerhouse.
Such big pickups, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
Real quick though for me, so I was torn between the NFC West, the NFC South. I easily picked the NFC South, really piggybacking off of what Jacob just said. So Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Teddy Bridgewater, and Matt Ryan all have potential to be elite quarterbacks. And straight up, they'll give us one hell of a game, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You got to think, we're going to see all of them play twice a year.
Oh, my goodness.
Brady, Brees,
that's the best part, man.
Brady, Brees is going to be like that.
Brady, Brees twice a year?
I'm tempted to see the ratings and the views on the first Bucs-Saints game.
I want to know who's got the first home game, too.
Right.
We'll figure that out when we get the schedule.
It'll probably be Tampa Bay because we had the first home game last year. And
that how it works?
And I remember Teddy throwing 4 touchdown passes against Tampa Bay last year.
Did he really?
Yeah, dude. That was Teddy's best game. He had like 250 yards, 4
Holy
touchdown
crap.
passes. Ted again had a catch. Michael Thomas had a catch. It was insane.
Michael Thomas had a catch. Michael Thomas had the most ever.
Yes, sir. Man, I love that he broke that record.
That was crazy.
It was a wild season for the Saints all around. Moving on into the NBA, but if you are just now tuning into this podcast, skipping ahead in this YouTube video episode, I'm Adam Lewis, host of the What Off Season Sports Podcast. Mr. Jacob Frey is here with me today in the studio. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, and our brand new YouTube channel.
Yes,
Ladies and
sir.
gentlemen, moving on into the NBA. So now we have to sit here and think, what in the world should the NBA do to make the best of the season? How to go about the playoffs? So you've really got 3 scenarios for here. Get right to it.
Mm-hmm.
Have a few, weeks of training camp, and then get to it. I can't speak English today, dude. And then a few games, and then get to it. So, me personally, when the season comes back, I don't think there should be training camp. I feel like all the athletes are training in their house. Just about every big basketball player, I feel like, has their personal gym or workout area.
Yep. They're all training or on IG Live.
Exactly. You got D-Wade and Melo talking about the time LeBron saved Melo from drowning.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, no, I heard about that.
That was a great story.
And then you got Melo giving his Kobe stories and stuff, too, man. Dude, I'm honestly enjoying some of the IG Lives.
I am, bro.
They're pretty cool.
It's nice to see, when you see professional athletes and you see,
they're just as normal as
celebrities getting, and just being normal. And a lot of people struggle with that, but whole nother topic. But I see what you mean.
Yes.
I love those IG Live videos. But I think what you do, come back, play 10 games, get everybody acquainted again, have a day in between each game. Basically get a 2-week warm-up. You can call that training camp, but because you got to think, records are still up right now. Teams are still fighting for spots. There's losing teams that are still in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
So come back and play those 10 games. And then seed it and get to the finals. Jacob, what are you feeling about this, dude?
Honestly, man, it's pretty tough to say, man. The NBA with everything that's going on in the world right now, how they had to cut down mid-season, it's just like something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what they can do about it, and it's kind of hard for me to actually give my opinion on it, just because, like I said, it's something new.
Right.
We're midway through the season. The Lakers are a powerhouse. The Bucks are insane. I think, like you said, they have the best record in the NBA right now.
Yeah, the Bucks were 52-10 or somewhere around there.
That's insane.
When the NBA got suspended.
Man, it's I've just I'm lost for words on it. It's something that just we can't really say anything because there's a lot of health risks involved, and
right. Bucks are 53-12.
Oof.
That's insane, bro. First place.
Giannis is going crazy, isn't he?
And they have they have a 7-game lead. Well, 6.5, but
right.
A 7-game lead on second place Raptors, dude. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, man, we got to get the coronavirus out of these NBA players so we can get them back on the court.
I'm saying, dude.
This is.
So, do you think also a few games and then back to it?
I don't even want to say a few games, man. We might not even see the rest of the season.
I
And
agree.
that's where I stand, actually.
A lot of people are speculating that the next sport we'll see is NFL, which is fine by me. I love sports. I do love watching the finals. I'm not going to lie. I low-key love the finals more than the Super Bowl.
I think so,
just
too.
because
the 7-game intensity.
Bro, if you get Game 7 like in the finals, the only Game 7 finals, I've seen 2 of them. Game 7 finals, Cavs Warriors,
yep.
when the Warriors won 73 games. Don't know how the hell they blew that. Blew the 3-1 lead. And then Spurs Heat when Ray Allen hit that crazy 3-pointer to save LeBron's life.
I thought you were about to say which one was it? The OKC Warriors game.
True.
Where they came back from 3-1.
True.
But we're also talking finals here. So
Right. Like the Western Conference, I think, is what you're referring to.
Yeah, dude, that was when KD before he was on the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
When he was going crazy against them.
Yeah. Talk about people going nuts, dominating the league right now, man. LeBron James.
Oh, my goodness.
Is late in his age, late in his career.
17 years.
17 years, 35 years old.
Still dropping triple doubles like it's
Still
nothing.
shooting 50% from the field.
pulled up half court last time I saw something on him.
Yeah, shooting 35% from the 3-point line. Leads the NBA in assists, and he's 12th in the NBA in player efficiency rating. Just
shout out AD.
Right, yeah. I'm saying, dude. And then you look even down further. So his passion never dies for the game ever. I've never seen LeBron mellow. I've never seen LeBron chilled. I've never, seen him. And I know in reality he's a laid back, relaxed guy.
Oh yeah.
When it's time to be, but I mean when he's on the court, dude, he's a different monster. I feel like now, and I'm not saying this ironically just because Kobe passed and now LeBron plays for the Lakers, but if you really think about it, he is the closest to the Mamba mentality, dude.
I've got the closest thing to the Mamba mentality. Man, it might just have to be him right now just because of how everything's been, slowly killing itself. And man, when Kobe passed, I'm still distraught by it, honestly.
Right. It's tough, bro.
Yeah, dude. But when it comes to the closest thing to a Mamba mentality, I mean, dude, did you see what Jimmy Butler said about himself one time?
Yeah.
That's some Mamba mentality stuff right there, too.
Yeah.
So, but I think when it comes to actually executing, being a player, being a leader,
right,
man, Bronny, come on now.
Yeah, I feel that, dude.
Gotta have Bron on my team when it comes to having somebody like that.
Right,
man.
and I want to ask you this question right here, right now. So, if you think about it, what player at any, not even at any point in their career, so what player in any sport has performed this well in their career this late?
In any sport?
This efficiently. The only 2 that come to mind for me, bro, are Tony Gonzalez and Drew Brees.
You want to talk about efficiency? I can definitely go with Drew Brees on that.
Right. And then, and I know some people are like, what the hell, Adam? You didn't say Michael Jordan. So here's the thing. Drew Brees and Tony Gonzalez both had their teams surging for a title. Atlanta was trying to get to the Super Bowl when Tony Gonzalez was at the end of his career.
2012.
The Saints have been on the verge of the Super Bowl for 3 years with Drew Brees being late in his career.
Yep.
And now you take a look at Jordan. So Jordan was mediocre, sort of, when he came back with the Wizards. But then he did lead the Wizards in scoring. I'll give him that. But he didn't have the Wizards surging for a title.
He wasn't on a playoff caliber level.
No,
and
not at all.
He was getting older. I mean, yes,
100%.
LeBron's older too. But
right.
I mean, I'm gonna put that supplement debate into that one.
Right.
But no, the realism behind it is
the supplement debate. I just call what you said. LeBron, we don't think you're on roids, bro.
No,
I promise.
But you do spend $1 million to stretch and do a lot of things to your body.
Hey, but they got to take fantastic care of themselves, bro.
100%. If I had that money, I'd definitely be putting $1 million into my muscles and my height and everything too.
Dude, I'm saying, coming soon, right when we get off the LeBron topic, we're going to bring you the top 5 true point guards in the NBA today, coming at the end of the NBA segment here on the What Offseason Sports podcast.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a couple more things about LeBron here, though. So, yet again, LeBron James is making the team he's on better. Yet again. And you look last year, what happened with the Lakers, this and that. The Lakers are a brand new system this year. They've got Anthony Davis. They've got Danny Green. They've got Rajon Rondo. They've got JaVale McGee. I mean, these guys have weapons. But still, LeBron is making all these guys better at the end of the day. And, I mean, you look at Caruso.
I was about to say, LeBron loves him some Caruso.
Right. You look at Lonzo Ball before he left. I mean, players around LeBron are still getting better. And this is why he gets Jordan comparisons, because people always wanted to ask, did Jordan really make the players around him better? personally, yes, I don't think you can be that fantastic on the court and not make people around you better. And I know some people might think,
Disregarding Scotty.
right,
Right.
ball hogs, this and this and that, disregarding Scottie Pippen. But I mean, they worked well. They flowed like a well-oiled machine. But I think that's why LeBron gets a lot of Jordan. Why people can easily put him on the pedestal of Jordan. He might be 3 for 9 in the finals. But he always makes people better around him, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look when he was on the Cavs. Who the hell is
Well,
Matthew Dellavedova?
I think we. Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's the same instance, bro, when Kawhi Leonard made Fred VanVleet a weapon in the finals. And Fred VanVleet was able to spray.
Okay, I like that comparison.
That is how LeBron
I like that
gets
a lot.
his teammates into shape, bro.
We can also agree that postseason Braun is nothing to be messed with.
Nothing,
either.
bro.
He's
I mean,
a force
here's the
to be
thing.
reckoned with. He averages a triple-double in the postseason.
He logs out of all his social media when the postseason gets here. He'll go on and he'll post a black picture and he'll say like it's time and he'll say #0dark30 and he will not get back on social media until the playoffs are
Mamba
over, bro.
mentality.
Dude. Like
Mamba
when
mentality right there.
it's literally making the hair stand up on my arm when I.
That's so crazy. I actually did not know that.
Yeah, like literally, just wait. If we get to the playoffs, watch LeBron. You could go check right now on LeBron's Instagram,
Right.
from a while ago.
He's got a black picture with
literally a black picture. He logs out of all social media until the playoffs are over. If that's not tapping in, bro,
Come
I don't
on
know
now.
what is.
Yeah.
I don't know what is. I mean, he was tapped in, a few weekends ago when he beat the Bucks and the Clippers.
Yeah.
Lakers, Bucks, Clippers. That's the 3 teams to beat right now.
That's
and he knocked off 2 of them.
That solidified to me that they were definitely like
65 points combined, bro. 65 points combined between those 2 games. He dropped like 33 one night, I think, against the Bucks, and then like 32 against
the
Clippers.
folks can't see my face right now, but boy, am I
What you talking
shocked.
about? Is he ready?
What's happening?
Right?
Dude, I would jaw drop by that.
I'm saying, dude.
Dude, he's 17 years later still doing these numbers. He's 35. I think he'll be able to play with his son.
Right.
With his son is a different story, actually.
Mm-hmm.
His son will be in the league when he's in there. He'll get one good year.
Right.
Man, LeBron is insane. I don't think we'll ever see anything like him again.
Honestly, dude.
Like, you get the Zion comparisons, but, dude, Zion is not going to last at least 35. Let's be real.
I mean, Zion's too heavy. If
Yeah.
Zion is healthy, Zion is a hell of an athlete. Don't get me wrong. That man is probably the most athletic person in the NBA right now.
Yeah, he's 6'7". He might as well be a tight end.
Yeah, honestly. But he's too heavy. I mean, the knees when he first got drafted and he had to delay his debut.
And then he still went crazy.
But and see, that's another thing why, I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but I will say every year LeBron brings it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Every year LeBron is there. He is on the court. And this year it's funny because I don't know if you've been looking at his social media this year, bro. He's clapping back at the haters.
Is he really?
He's literally like, how people were saying LeBron James is washed?
Yeah.
His hashtag this season has been
his groin injury last year.
Yeah, his hashtag this season has been washed king. As he's like yamming over somebody or like hitting a 3, bro.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
dude.
love that.
I mean, he's literally clapping back at the haters. He's like the kid from Akron,
Yeah.
year 17.
I love that hashtag, by the way.
I love the activeness that LeBron James has in the community, even outside of basketball,
Yep.
And I think that's why, when Nike gave him a lifetime contract, I was like, why wouldn't you want LeBron James, who has arguably had nothing but positivity around him is his career, to eventually be the face of your business company. I mean, how many times do you see LeBron when it comes to Nike? That man's got 20-something models of shoes. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So, but moving off LeBron a little bit before we round out this segment, almost there, guys, we wanted to take a look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. Should LeBron James possibly surpass Giannis for the MVP? Well, I've got a few numbers here for everybody. So if you look at Giannis's numbers, he's third in the league in scoring. He's third in the league in rebounds. He's first in the league in player efficiency rating, and he has 6 assists a game. So he's shooting better from the field than LeBron. He's better in player efficiency rating. He's pulling down more rebounds. He's scoring more. And you look, I think Giannis is averaging 31 points and like 13 rebounds right now. That is ridiculous.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
Every night he's a 30 and 10 guy.
Holy crap.
Yeah, dude.
Well, then let me ask you this question real quick.
What's up?
Who is more of a, who do you need more on your team? If you're the Bucks, do you need Giannis? Or if you're the Lakers, do you need LeBron?
Oh, my God.
Because I think the Bucks need Giannis
if
more.
you're the Bucks, you need Giannis, and
100%,
here's why. If you look at Chris Middleton, if you look at Chris Middleton's numbers without Giannis on the floor, they're not very great.
Okay.
There's definitely a drop off. And then, if you take LeBron away, of course, you're still gonna have Danny Green. You're still gonna have Rajon Rondo. You're still gonna have.
Right.
I mean, there's
talent.
there are
There's still
veterans literally peppered all over the Lakers roster.
I don't even think Rajon Rondo starts.
But Rondo's such a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd still sign Rondo, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I love Rondo.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I put him on the level of Steve Nash and Jason
But the
Kidd
fact
with
that-
one of the nastiest
The
passers
fact
ever,
he doesn't
dude.
start, though,
Right.
that's crazy.
Well, yeah. I mean, who do you know has 20 points and 20 assists in a game besides Russell Westbrook when he went like 20, 20, and 20 the day that Nipsey
yeah.
died,
Yeah.
which was one of the best sports performances
Yeah, that
I've
was
ever seen.
insane. That was
Yeah.
insane. 2020, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Come on now.
But then you got to take a look at LeBron as being himself, simply great. But then you take a look at Giannis and you start to get that emotional connection with Giannis because I don't know if you've heard Giannis' story. Him and like his 7 or 8 family members grew up in a 1-bedroom house in Greece.
Oh, no,
bro.
I have.
And he said when he was younger, the only thing he ever thought about was how the announcers were going to say his name when he made it big, bro.
I still don't know how to say his last name. Antetokounmpo?
That's pretty good.
No way!
Yeah,
I said it.
People say like
Yes.
Antetokounmpo or Antetokounmpo. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like it's technically ANT, so it's like Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Little speech here on the What Off Season Sports Podcast, y'all. I don't charge them.
Trying to figure out how to say Giannis's name.
Right.
Come on now.
I love Giannis. Bro.
I always
And-
called
and-
him the
and-
Greek freak just
right.
to simplify it, man.
and if you go look at one of his if you go look at like what, because he came into the league at 18.
Yes.
If you go look at when Giannis came into the league, boy was so skinny, like no
Yeah, oh,
muscle,
yeah.
no hair. You look at him now, hair's grown out. He's put on like
He's
there
a
was
freak.
there was a
freak.
before and after picture of him on ESPN's Instagram. He put on 60 pounds of muscle.
Is he just
Jacob.
like screaming and got veins sticking
Yeah,
out
he's
of
like,
his neck?
"Ah," he probably just like yammed on somebody.
Total freak, dude. Like a humble dude though.
I love Giannis. I
his
think Giannis
interviews
is
are
gonna.
so nice.
Oh, I love him, and you got to love the accent too. I mean,
Yeah,
he's got such
come
a
on
thick
now.
accent, and he really embraces his roots.
Did you ever hear about that story where he would always send his parents in Greece like the last bit of his money and his checks?
Wow.
Yeah, like no, Giannis is humble, man. He's been,
Oh, yeah.
he's been throwing money to his family
Bro, he
over
probably
in Greece.
sends millions over there.
Yeah, he does. He actually, there was a story where he apparently couldn't make it to a NBA practice one time, and
Really?
he had to get this taxi, and the taxi driver recognized him and made him not charge because Giannis was explaining to him how he had sent the last bit of his money to his family in Greece. Like, dude, come on now.
That's
Love
amazing.
the guy. Love the
Yeah.
guy.
And you got to love humble stuff like that too. I mean,
I
with
love
that
humble
driver.
stuff like that.
That was like the feel good story of the day, bro.
It was a feel.
I
good
love
story,
that.
man.
That was awesome, bro.
We love Giannis, man.
I'm saying,
But
man,
I find Giannis to be more impactful for the Bucks than I do for LeBron for the Lakers.
100%.
And there's no wrong answer there, by the way.
from kid to MVP to franchise face, and now he's a surging and emerging champion. So, now you got to look for the MVP of the year,
Waiting for the MVP, honestly.
which is why the MVP should get decided after the finals.
Yes.
I'll say it louder for the people in the back. No, I won't, because I know you just heard me. Probably just blew your eardrums out.
You know what?
But the MVP should be decided after the season, and it's going to be LeBron or Giannis. And here's the thing. Who takes their team farther, I think, is...
By the way, the MVP should be decided after the finals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No,
after
I
the
just wanted to
season,
reinforce your statement because it is a serious debate. I agree with you
It's just
so
like
much.
It's just like with the Super Bowl, dude. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate when they pick the freaking MVP before the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
That's exactly why that curse is intact. That's why the MVP, since Kurt Warner, no MVP has won the Super Bowl. I think that was 99.
Might have been. It was either 99 or 2000. But yeah, when he was on the Rams,
Probably the
yeah.
99 2000
Yeah,
season.
no, it was on the Rams. They had a monster house. Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, and you know what? We're not going to go in there.
Right, right. But here we go, guys. We are here for the last bit of this NBA segment here on the What Off Season Sports Podcast. I'm Adam Lewis, your host. This is Jacob Frey,
What's
the
going
guest
on?
on the show today. Here with me in the studio, Jacob. I know you mentioned it last night, man, before we came into the studio today.
Super excited.
Your top 5 true point guards in the game today. Go.
True point guards. For me, I have in a non-specific order for top 5. I have Steph
I'm gonna give
Curry.
y'all an order. I'm not gonna be a bum like that.
Nice. I got Steph Curry, obviously, some of the best handles, best shooter.
Right.
Shouldn't even be having to explain it.
Honestly, Curry.
Damian Lillard.
Ooh, number 2? Oh, wait, never mind. Not in a specific order.
No
I'm
specific
sorry,
order,
I'm
just
sorry.
just writing it down,
Right.
getting it down for folks. Yes, I find Damian Lillard as a true point guard. Come on now, so
Right.
talented, big shooter, potential handles, can pass the ball like a beast. Next, Kyrie Irving, one of,
Mm-hmm.
and in my opinion, next to Steph, and I think the public will agree too, best handles in the NBA,
Oh.
scariest handles.
100%.
Just probably not the best guy to work with. Some
Right.
people would say that, but
Tough,
hey, man,
yeah, tough to play with.
hey, still a true point guard right there.
Right.
Another one for me, Kemba Walker. I find
Mhm.
him to be a great game manager. I find him to be very calm when he has the ball in his hands. He's got Jason Tatum as well, just to reinforce him. No, Kemba Walker is pretty successful. I find him to be a pretty good point guard. And then some people will say this is too soon, but we're just gonna go ahead and throw it out there. Trae Young,
Absolutely.
Ice Trae, the
He's third in the
gang.
league in scoring.
This man is so good at what he does.
Ice Trader gang.
Yeah.
Ice Trader gang.
Yeah.
I love it.
You gotta love Trae Young. This man
Bro.
is a absolute pedestal for the Atlanta Hawks. We need this kid if we do not sign him. And the Hawks have a bad history. I will be
Georgia has
upset.
Georgia, like sports itself, they just have a bad habit of being cheap.
100%.
I mean, look at the Braves. I was shocked when they signed Acuna to as big of a contract as they did. I was like, wow.
At least we signed Freddie though.
Right, like y'all actually put the extra zero at the end, like next to the M. Like it shocked me. I was like, whoa.
There's another.
I mean, it might not have been
there.
like right, yeah. Like it might not have been. I feel like it was like a high $90 million contract, maybe a low key. Like
I'd have to look it up.
I think it was like
dot.
it was like no more than 110 million. I think when we extended Acuna for like 8 years.
Right.
But yeah, dude.
No, but I agree with you, dude. It's that ain't it.
Right.
And then an honorable mention because this kid has been going absolute bazonkers in the league.
Oh yeah.
Ja Morant,
Of course.
rookie of the
If
year.
we're going to
potentially.
include Trey, we got to include John.
Yeah, we got to talk about
Be
Ja.
like we'll put an asterisk next to Trey and then like conditional John Morant. Like
Yep.
right here. I feel you.
Honorable
though.
mention though, because you never know, he could have a sophomore slump. Every
course.
happens to the best of us. But man, this kid has been going crazy.
I think
he is so
he's
exciting
still-
to watch.
He's still smashing Zion with the Rookie of the Year numbers too.
He is. Well,
I
yeah.
personally think. Well, if the NBA season
Zion
picks
started
back
late,
up-
so we'll just
right. I
throw that
low
out
key
there,
think
too.
Zion could win though, because Zion. I mean,
Oh yeah.
They're both so ridiculous though.
You remember before the season started, by the way, Ja called himself a point god, not a point guard.
Oh, he did. All right,
He's
dude.
a point god.
A point
Dude,
god.
Yeah, Ja Morant is so fun to watch.
He
He's
is.
He's not afraid to poster anybody.
I'm saying.
Um,
He reminds me a lot of when Kobe first came into the league, and
Yeah.
when Kobe would dunk on anybody.
Anybody.
Derrick Rose would dunk on anybody. That's another
Anyone.
honorable mention. Derrick Rose.
D Rose,
John Wall.
MVP D Rose is arguably one of the funnest players to watch.
I
of all
always
time.
wonder what would have happened, bro.
We
Youngest
all
ever
do.
MVP.
We all do.
Mm.
That was a heartbreaker. Knee surgeries have caught up to that man.
Here's my take on if Derrick Rose stays healthy. Derrick Rose stays healthy, he's a more mature, coachable Russell Westbrook who can shoot.
Ooh.
Who can shoot.
Ooh.
If Westbrook could shoot, bro.
Oh.
But there's a reason he can't, obviously. Like, there's always got to be a caveat. That's like if
Oh,
LeBron,
my
if
goodness.
LeBron could shoot like Curry, LeBron would go down as like the best player of all time.
Ever.
You know
ever,
what I'm
ever.
saying?
Yeah. No, that's not even a debate. It's
Right.
like, come on.
I'm gonna hit y'all with my top 5 true point guards in the game today. Number 1 in numerical order. Number 1, Steph Curry. Of course, the handles, the
Got to.
shot.
Got to.
The way he gets to the finals, it's got to be Steph. Number 2 for me, James Harden. Don't care if the playoffs scares him. I
Yep.
like the way James Harden plays. I love the step back. I love the beard. He'll shoot with your pinky thumb, whole face, whole hand in his eye, in his face. And I mean, the dude's just a monster. The way he can score.
He's a freak.
And I'm gonna put it. Yes, he is. I'm gonna put his teammate Russell Westbrook, number 3, right after him.
Okay.
Most physical point guard we've ever seen, in my opinion. Most physical point guard in the league. I think him and Harden are playing well together. I don't know if the Rockets are, if the NBA comes back, if the Rockets are going to be pushing, because obviously the playoffs are always all over James Harden.
Yep.
Number 4, Ice Trae the Gang, Trae Young for the Atlanta Hawks, of course. 3rd in the league in scoring. I cannot discount Trae Young. He needs some help. I think Trae Young is 100% the best
We
player
got to get
for
that kid some help.
the Hawks. Yes, we do, bro.
gotta get some
Or
kid
he's going to leave, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, he's going to leave and he's going to go to somewhere dope.
Either
like
that or the Migos are going to pay him before freaking the organization does.
Flooded.
Like I'm telling you, the Migos will give him more money than the organization.
They'll get him on there just to say Ice
Ice
Trader
Trader
Gang.
Gang, yeah.
I love it, bro. And then number 5 for me is going to be Kyrie Irving. Kyrie
Nice.
Irving is going to be the number 5 point guard for me. I went back and forth a lot between Kyrie Irving, John Wall. Derrick Rose.
Yep.
I possibly even thought about putting John there, but
I did too.
When I'm talking about quality of a player and just if they're athletic and bring talent to the table, not really talking about intangibles, 100% Kyrie, some of the best handles in the game. He can shoot, and I know he's a little hard to play with, but he's not a bad floor manager. So
not at all.
I've got Steph Curry number 1, James Harden number 2, Russell Westbrook number 3, Ice Trey the Gang, Trae Young number 4, and then I also have, I lost my notes here. Number 5 was going to be Kyrie Irving.
I love it.
Moving
Do you have an
on.
honorable mention too? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you right
No,
there.
you're fine, bro. I had my honorable mention for that was when I mentioned D Rose.
D Rose, I like it.
D Rose and John Wall would probably be mine too, and I couldn't rightfully put Rubio and Rondo on there, but I love them.
Dude, I like Rondo.
The way they pass. I'm sorry, bro. If you're flashy and you're good at being flashy, which Rondo and Rubio are very good at, you're gonna get praise from me.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio is a little slept on when it comes to that.
100%.
I can agree with that.
100%, bro. Moving on into the last segment, though, if you're just tuning into this podcast, if you're just skipping ahead in this YouTube video, I'm Adam Lewis, host of the What Offseason Sports podcast here with you today. I've got Mr. Jacob Frey in the studio with me, and we're diving into opening day was officially pushed back for Major League Baseball. Do we even see baseball this year, Jacob?
I don't think we do, honestly. That is such a heartbreaking
Braves
thing to
don't
say.
deserve it anyways.
No, we don't.
Braves don't deserve it anyways.
Why are we
bro?
top 5 and still hitting number 11, you know?
Right.
No, dude, seriously, though, we can go over the numbers real quick. And I know that you can even reinforce some of the statements that I've got to say about this. We have 162 regular season games as a baseball season.
Yes. Too damn many.
Way too many.
No more than 80 in my opinion. I mean, really
Insane.
for me, I think no more than 50 or 60, but what do I know? You got to make some money. I get it.
I feel that. We're just going to go off of last season starting real quick because, this season is not even around.
Right.
So last season started on March 20th, 2019, and then it ended September 29th. That's not a long time to be playing 162 games, in my opinion.
And you know what's wild about that, bro? Is like some of those include double headers.
They do.
Some of them do and don't. So like you got to think.
Oh my goodness.
If you're knocking
I
out
didn't
2
even think
games,
about
like
that.
what's wild? Speaking of double headers,
11 inning games too.
Yeah, some 9 innings.
Well, yeah, I'm just
9
saying,
innings,
like
yeah.
you never know. They could go to
Right.
11.
You could have back-to-back double headers that go to
Yeah.
extras.
That would hurt.
One GM did propose doing 7-inning double headers. I was like, okay.
Actually, I
Because
remember hearing about that.
Right, because a regular game is 9 innings, so only 5 more innings to play 2 games.
Right.
I mean, a 7-inning doubleheader, I'd
I'm
be down
honestly
for it.
that. Cuts down the time. We all know baseball can last freaking till 2 a.m. sometimes.
Dude, I've seen literally 6.5, 7-hour games where like center fielders have to come in and pitch.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, bro. They actually overturned the rules on that. Unless there's a position player, I want to say, I'm not exactly quoted like verbatim here, but about the gist of this rule is you have to be, like you had to have thrown at least 25 pitches or started like 25 games in order for you to be subbed in as a pitcher. Like position players can't pitch anymore.
Right.
Unless there's literally like nobody left in the pen.
Dang.
Or like every pitcher gets hurt.
No shortstop could just hop up on the mound.
Nope, like when
and
Andrew
just let it
McCutchen went
rip.
into the game one time.
Yeah,
for the
that's
Pirates.
exactly what I was referring to.
I feel
That's
like
crazy.
It was like a Pirates Phillies.
Wow, it's like you just read my mind.
It was like a Pirates Phillies 6.5-hour game, bro. That game started at 9, and like I remember I was up at like 4:15 in the morning, like watching the post game.
Holy crap!
It was one of the longest games in Major League Baseball.
Might as well
it was
have
like
took a nap.
6-hour, 17-minute game. Like 17 combined pitchers were used. It was astronomical how long that
rotator
game
cuffs
was.
were torn out that day.
Right. Final thoughts on this though. So me personally, I don't think we're going to see baseball this year.
I don't think so either.
I think the next sport we see will be football. Honestly, if I had to straight up give you guys an answer on when do I think sports are going to be back, I think baseball could possibly get pushed under. I mean, we're pushing the Olympics, here in Atlanta.
The Olympics are
until
2021,
bro.
Insane.
So is it going to be 2025 and then 2029?
What are you going to do?
Right. Are you going to have like
You got to stay original, by the way. 2024 has to be the next Olympics.
Right. But what's crazy is seeing this coronavirus is it's wild to live through it right now, but I think us actually seeing how are we going to bounce back? How's the world going to bounce back?
Right.
How sports is going to bounce back? Like, that's going to be such great content for the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd love to have you back on and talk about that. Like, how is sports
100%.
now? Do you feel different watching football? How does baseball feel after missing a first season because of a global pandemic?
Yeah. If I could just throw it out there, those stadiums are not going to be as filled.
Right.
They are not going to be as full.
So here's the thing. I think football will sell out a lot.
You think so?
It's America's sport, bro.
What about
100%.
basketball?
I don't know. I can't say too much about football, or I'm not football. I can't say too much about basketball and baseball yet. But I do think football
And
will sell out.
MLS, like, dude, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, everything.
I was so ready to talk about Atlanta United on here, too,
Right.
with
Hey, dude.
Joseph Martinez tearing his
Right.
ACL. It's going to be the first disappointing season for Atlanta United.
Right.
I'm not going to go too deep into
No,
it.
you're good, bro.
But
You're good. We can
man,
definitely hit soccer next time in the
It
show, man.
hurt so bad that I could
Hey.
not talk about MLS on here because Atlanta United is exhilarating to watch.
Right. I don't even watch soccer, but to hear Joseph Martinez getting hurt, because I kept up a little bit with United. I
Yeah.
have a lot of regulars at my job.
Right.
That watch Atlanta United. I mean, they have season tickets, and hearing them talk about Joseph, and then hearing he got hurt in the first game, I was like,
Dude,
Jesus.
tore his
bro.
ACL. Torn ACL.
And you know what's
That's
funny
so
is I heard, look,
demoralizing.
talk about United right now. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And then you had the guy that was, I did hear this on 92.9 The Game, Atlanta Sports Radio. If you, or not if, the gentleman replacing Joseph Martinez, they were saying, like, he wasn't going to be Joseph Martinez, but he was going to be a very good fit in his spot.
Right.
And how is Atlanta doing without Joseph Martinez? Like, did you see anything?
Well, I mean, they have themselves a nice little midfield core going on, so they're very young there.
Mhm.
But everything is just, I don't know, man. It's tough to say without Joseph because he is our Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the scorer. He is the reason we make it far in certain situations because he single-handedly not single-handedly. Let's just go ahead and say you got the plays being drawn up from midfield.
Right.
And center attacking midfielder gets it to Joseph Martinez in the box. I'm taking Joseph Martinez to score that thing.
Of course.
Honestly, dude.
100%.
Because this dude shattered his own MLS scoring record.
Right.
He broke the record and then beat his own record.
That is wild.
Yeah. And then brought a trophy to Atlanta United the second year we were an organization.
I'm saying, bro, second year y'all were a club, and that did a lot for the city too.
Oh
bro.
yeah.
Did a lot.
We're already
city.
selling out in the Mercedes-Benz.
Oh,
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I've heard it's hard to get a ticket to a United game right now.
They're pretty cheap too, actually.
Yeah, but I've heard it's such a happening. We
Yeah.
should go one time though, bro.
Yeah, we do.
We should go hit a game and then we should come on the podcast.
We gotta actually get the some clips of us over there too.
That'd be fire, dude.
No,
Go
that'd
out
be
and shoot some
perfect.
footage for the show.
I might as well just run on the field.
Right. That's all right, bro. I'll bail you out.
It'd be worth it.
Right. I'm saying, moving on here in our MLB segment, we were going to take a look back. MLB, of course, the opening day was officially pushed back. I wanted to take a look back at the 3 best opening day memories of all time. I'll take it from the top, and Jacob, I'll let you hit the next one, my friend.
Ooh.
So in 1923, got a lot of names coming for you guys.
This is a big one.
I
right
love
here.
it. Babe Ruth homers in the Yankee Stadium opener in the first game at the old Yankee Stadium known as the house that Ruth built. And, of course, he was the Sultan of SWAT back then.
The Colossus of Clout?
Yes, crushed a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning of opening
Oh
day.
my goodness!
It was. I want to say it was the first game, one of the first games in the old Yankee Stadium, because when the Yankees rebuilt, they had new Yankee Stadium. Yep. That was a great moment though. But hit that next one, bro. I didn't know this happened on opening day, dude.
This one,
I didn't know this was an opening day.
I wasn't
thing.
ready for this.
The last best opening day moment of all time. Jackie Robinson
This is a
debuted
good
on
one.
opening day, became the first black player to ever play baseball, to ever get into the sports world. Don't quote me on if he was the first ever to get in the sports world, but I know he was the first to break the color barrier, and it was fantastic. I love seeing the diversity.
You gotta respect Jackie Robinson, man. That is one of the most
I
exciting.
love
people
Jackie
to watch.
Robinson Day. Have you seen 43?
I have not seen 43. I know that is pretty bad for me to say because I'm a sports guy through and through. It's like saying you haven't seen Remember the Titans. You
seen that, right?
Yes, I
Okay. We've been having some issues, bro. But we'll catch you on a second.
Oh man, yeah, no, take 5 real quick.
Right, yeah, technical difficulties.
No, man, I got to see 43.
Right. Got to.
Yeah, no, that's. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down too because that's pretty heartbreaking for me to say as a sports fan.
It's
too.
all good, man.
I love this off season. I love what off season. There's
Dude.
only good things to be going on with off season things involved, man.
I'm telling
Come
you, bro.
on.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show
Man,
today,
I
bro.
appreciate you for
Thank
having
you for
me.
coming into the studio with me for the first time. That is going to wrap up today's episode of the What Off Season podcast. I appreciate every single person for tuning in today to our very first YouTube episode. Mr. Jacob Frey, the fantastic gentleman, was here with me
Thank
today
you so much for having
in
me,
the
brother.
studio. Dude, it was fantastic. We're going to hit so many more shows to come. But But I never want you guys to forget that all of our packed episodes are always available on our 5 platforms. They're all right in your pocket: Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, and now our YouTube channel. Go subscribe to us and be sure to write a review on the show if you're in a hurry, but you want to stay in the loop of the What Offseason podcast, guys. Just peep our Instagram, go post on our Facebook page, tweet us on Twitter. Like I said, make sure to check that Facebook and Twitter. The banner has changed. All of our social media handles have changed, but they are consistent now, so it won't be too hard to find. Stay tuned, guys. Another episode coming next week, of course, on the YouTube channel. The podcast will be available on all of our platforms, but only the video in full entirety will be on YouTube. This is What Off Season and Jacob Frey signing out, everybody.